Hi, it's Jeff with YourLearningCareer.com. If you are responsible for creating training, at some point you will probably want to create some kind of software demo or tutorial, or maybe a website tutorial or demo. You never know, maybe for your customers, maybe for employees, who knows. And to do that, you're going to need some kind of screen capturing software. Now, you might already have some, and that's great. But if you don't, or maybe you don't have a budget to go out and buy software, because there's all kinds of good ones out there. But the good news is, if you don't have access to any of those, PowerPoint has screen capturing capability, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. So in this scenario, I'm going to pretend like I work for a travel company, and I've been asked to create a tutorial for customers on how to make dining reservations at Walt Disney World. Let's go into PowerPoint. You can see that it's just a blank slide, blank presentation, nothing fancy here. And I'm going to go to Insert, and then all the way over to the right, you can see Screen Recording. So I'll click that. And you see this thing at the top. So this is where I have some options. So first of all, I can do screen area. If I click that, see how I can click and drag, and I can pick the area that I want to record. If I want to do full screen, which is what I am going to do, I'll just go all the way to the edge and release, and that will now record that whole area. Then I have audio, and do I want to keep the mouse pointer? So if I don't want audio, I'll just click that, but I do. And same thing with the mouse pointer, I can deselect it or bring it back. So I'll leave those both selected. And as far as audio, the audio is going to be whatever your default is for the microphone. So if you do not have a separate microphone, if you don't have an external mic, then it'll use, your laptop's microphone or your computer, whatever. If you do have one plugged in, then it should default to that. But you can always check your sound settings to double check on that. All right, so I think I'm all set here. And so now I am going to click on record. Now when I do that, it's going to give me a countdown. And then it also quickly flashed a shortcut that I can use to stop, and that was the Windows logo key, Shift, and Q. It goes really fast, so it's really easy to miss. But don't worry, there's another way that you can stop and pause if you want, and that's just to bring your mouse up to the top and see you've got this back. So I can pause my recording, I can stop the recording, and if I hover over these, it does tell me those shortcuts too, because the only thing about having these here is now that's going to show up in my video, right? And then I can also, if I wanted to, I can pin it. I can keep that there at the top for the whole thing. But I am not going to do that. I'm going to unpin it, and I'll just go back there when I need it. But that's where the shortcut can come in handy, because if I don't want that showing up in my video, maybe I could use the shortcut, so that way I keep that out of my video. All right, so then from here I would just do my tutorial. So again, this could be for software, it could be for website, whatever you want. In this case, I'm doing this dining reservation tutorial, so I would go and I would proceed to show people where to go to make a reservation, blah, blah, blah. And when I'm done, I would go up and hit stop. And then now I am back in PowerPoint. There's my video. Now, if I want, I could actually save this video as is right now. If I right click and I go to Save Media As, and I'll just go with the default here, Media 2, that's fine. I'm going to hit Save, and then if I go in there into the folder, you'll see my media 2. If I double click, I have a video. So there we go. Pretty nice. So that's one way I can save my video. So if I do save it like that, then I've got a video file. It's as is, ready to go. If I feel like it's ready to go, maybe I need something really quick, that's a really quick way to do it, and I can upload it to YouTube or to a server, whatever I'm going to use to distribute this video. Another option is to save it from PowerPoint or using PowerPoint to save, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But there are some other editing options that you have within PowerPoint. So notice I'm in the video format tab. If I look around here, I can do different things with brightness here under corrections. I can do things with color, if I want to. I can create a poster frame, which basically that's going to be a still picture that is at the beginning of my video before it plays. So it, like that thumbnail kind of thing. So if I had a picture I wanted to use for that, I could, or I could just use a frame from this video. And then I can always reset things if I make a change I don't want to keep, I can reset it. I could also crop the video over here if I want. So if there's maybe some area at the top or the bottom side, whatever, I could crop it like I would a picture. So that could be helpful if you wanted to do that. And then the other thing I wanted to show you in playback, you do have some limited editing ability here. If I go over to trim video, you'll see that if I want, and I can play it, I can go frame by frame here on the sides, but I do have the option, if I want, I can trim a little off the beginning, I could trim a little off the end, so that could be helpful. Now the downside is you can't, like if I messed up in the middle, I don't have a way to trim that. To save this video as a video, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to Export. And then I'll go to Create a Video, and then Create Video. And you can pick a different size if you want. So I'll just leave it there for full HD, and then I'm going to create video. And I will call this Dining 2, and I can save it as an MP4. That's the default there, so that's great for me, and I will save. Now that can take a little while, so don't worry, if you go in, so here's my folder. So you'll notice my Dining 2 that I just saved, it's showing like this. It does not have the picture or the poster. If I selected a poster to be the first frame, it doesn't have that right now. That's because it's processing. So don't worry if you double click it and you get an error, that's okay. That just means it's still processing. So we'll give it a little time and then we'll check it out. And there it is, and now I can double click that to play it as well. For me, in my experience, I found it to be a lot quicker to just do what I showed you earlier with right-clicking and saving the media as. That seemed to save it a lot quicker than the export. So it really, depends on what you want to do. If you're able to take that video as is or put it into a video editor, that's what I would do if I'm using this for like a video tutorial. But if you're needing to do some of the edits within PowerPoint, or if it's part of a larger PowerPoint presentation that you want to turn into a video, that's when you might use the export. So that's how you can use PowerPoint for screen capturing. Like I said, it's really easy. It's not as fancy as some of the other screen capturing software out there, but like I said, if you don't have a budget, if you are, if you just need something quick and now you don't have time to go buying a new software, this could be the answer for you. So I hope you find that helpful. If you did, please make sure to like the video. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments if there are other tutorials that you'd like to see here, and we will see you next time.